everybody. It's the Whispering Voice. It's Sunday today, and I went out this afternoon, only near where I live, and walking, and there's a beautiful sort of meadow which leads into a woodland, and you can either walk through the woodland and back to where you started, or I know different routes through it, and you can come out the other end into another field which leads down to a river, and you can follow the river along as far as you like, really. You then come across an old railway bridge. The river runs under the railway bridge. It's no longer a railway. They closed that in 1963, which was a big mistake in North Wales. But it's very good for nature, as they can it's all overgrown, and you can still see where the tracks of the railway line were laid. It's still level and meanders through fields and over rivers and things. Anyway, I walked today through this woodland, and normally on a Sunday there can be a few walkers about, but there wasn't many today. It was such a beautiful day weather-wise in North Wales. So when I was in the woods, I sat on a log, and I do this sometimes. Just sat on the log, and you could hear various animals. There were sheep, different birds, pheasants, all sorts. So I recorded the sound of the birds and the animals, and that's what you can hear in the background. I must have sat there for about an hour. Nobody passed. Just looking through the trees and just trying to see what sort of birds I could hear and see. And it's quite difficult to spot birds in the trees, because some of them blend so well into the foliage of the trees, and very similar colour to the bark. Some of the birds' feathers, the markings blend, sort of camouflage with the bark. But it's just so nice to sit there, quiet, and a warm day, peaceful, and so relaxing. And what you can hear is what I could hear there, apart from me whispering, obviously. And as I said, I sat there, it must have been about an hour, listening to the birds. I didn't want to leave, really, but I was afraid of falling asleep. followed the river along to the railway bridge. Then I thought I'd have a sit down there, and thoughts come through my mind of when the steam trains used to trundle along over this bridge, and I thought if the bridge could talk, how many trains it must have seen, with people coming in and out of North Wales. The old steam train, it would have been nice to hear it passing. You can imagine the steam and the whistle going. Good old days they must have been. You could have been having a picnic at the side of the river, then to hear the train come along. It would have been beautiful. People waving from the carriage. Reminded me a bit of a film called The Railway Children. Very similar sort of landscapes. Anyway, after dreaming a bit by the bridge, I normally go over the bridge and across and keep following the river. But today, I went along the old railway line, and I must have walked about a mile when I could hear some scuffling, and I came across two squirrels eating away, and they'd spotted me but they didn't run off, so I stood still, silent, and it was so nice just to watch them. It was as if they'd allowed me permission, sort of thing, to watch them. And so I sat there for about 10 minutes, and that was good. Then they jumped into the tree, and up they went to the top. So I carried on, went down to another field, and then along back to the same river, only on the opposite side. Then I came back, and I know where you can cross the river. There's an old tree which has fallen quite handily across the river like a bridge. So I crossed there and retraced my steps back to the woodland, and sat there for about half an hour again, and just took my time then back home, and it was just a lovely, peaceful, quiet day. As you probably know, it doesn't take much for me to enjoy myself. A few people ask me, have I got HD television, and I quite often say I don't need it. I've got, when I go outside into the woods or into the fields or even up the mountains, I've got HD, 3D and surround sound, and it's all free if you take the time just to listen. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll speak to you soon.